Okay guys, so this evening we're going to make some Hainan chicken and rice for dinner. So these are some of the ingredients that we're going to use in order to make our dish this evening. So we're going to of course need some chicken. Now traditionally you would use a whole chicken for this, but I'm just going to use some leg and thighs. Here I have some spring onions and ginger. I'm going to use this to make a dipping sauce. So I'm going to add some soy sauce to this, and I'm also going to add some of the chicken broth that I'm going to make using this chicken to this as well. And also some oil. Here, this is what we're going to use to boil actually the chicken in. So we're going to use again some spring onion. I have some ginger here. We're going to use some star anise. I have about a quarter teaspoon of fine spice seasoning here. Here I have some spring onion, some garlic, and some ginger, which I'm going to use for the rice. And of course, in cooking the rice, I'm actually going to use the chicken broth from this in order to cook this rice. And then for the chicken broth, I have about a teaspoon of salt here. So there's some other things that we're going to add to this, like at the end when the chicken is finished. I have to put it in an ice bath, and at the end of that, I'm also going to brush it with some sesame oil as well. So let's head over to the stove, and what we're going to do first in the stove, we're going to add our spring onion and our ginger and our star anise to the pot, and we're going to char it a little bit, and that's going to help to bring out the flavor. Then we're going to add the chicken, and we're going to cover the chicken with some water, and we're going to bring it up to a boil, and then we're going to leave it to simmer. So I'm going to actually change burners, and I'm going to leave it to simmer for about 45 minutes. Now traditionally what they will actually do is they will bring it up to a boil, and then they will actually turn off the heat and leave the chicken in that hot water for about 45 to 50 minutes. But because one of my burners can give me a really low simmer, I'm actually going to leave it on that particular burner, and I'm going to leave it on a very slow simmer for about 45 minutes. So let's head over to the stove. Okay guys, so after leaving our aromatics to char a little bit, we are now going to add in our chicken. Now we're going to add in some water. We're going to top this off with water. I want enough water to cover the chicken. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this up to a boil, and I'm also going to add in at this point some salt, and I'm going to add in about a quarter teaspoon of 5 spice seasoning. Alright, so let me just stir this up a little bit, and we're going to bring this up to a boil. Alright, so let's bring this up to a boil now. guys, so we're going to leave this to simmer for the next 45 to 50 minutes on this very low heat. It's extremely low. Like I said, if you don't have a burner that can simmer things at a very low temperature, then what you could do, you can bring it up to boil and boil the chicken for about 15 minutes, and then you can turn off your fire and just leave it in your pot for about 15 minutes. And at the end, you can always check to make sure the chicken is cooked by sticking a toothpick in the thigh and make sure the juices run clear. But in my case, because my flame, this particular burner that I have, it's a very low flame, I can leave it on to simmer for 45 minutes. Okay guys, so now about 45 minutes has passed. So I'm just going to check to make sure that my chicken is cooked through. Yes. Good. So what we do now is that we remove this chicken and we put it in an ice bath. So here I have my ice bath right over here. So I'm going to remove the chicken from here and we're going to put it in our ice bath, and then we're going to move on to cooking the rice. So we're going to use the broth from this here in order to cook our rice. Oops. So we put that in here, and that's how it's traditionally done in order to help to firm up the skin. Okay, so now we have our nice broth that we can use to now cook our rice. So we will just leave the chicken in this ice bath as we work on the rice. Okay guys, so now we're going to prepare our rice. So we're going to add some oil to our pot here, and then we're going to add some garlic, some ginger and some spring onion stirred. Remember, we are using the chicken broth that we made from the chicken in order to cook this rice. So it really adds extra flavor to the rice. I'm also going to add about a half a teaspoon of salt to this. Alright, so now we will add the rice. Okay, so now we're going to add our chicken broth to our rice. Alright, so we're going to bring this up to a boil, And then we're gonna turn it down to low. And we're gonna leave it to cook for about 10 minutes, covered. We're not gonna open it at all. At the end of 10 minutes, we're gonna turn off the fire, but again, we're going to leave it covered for another 5 minutes without opening. So once we bring this up to a boil and we cover it, we are not going to open it until it's completed. So again, we leave it for 10 minutes on a low flame, and then we turn it off and we leave it for another 5 minutes, and then our rice will be completed. Okay guys, so now we're going to make our dipping sauce for our chicken. So like I said, we have some spring onions here, we have some ginger, I have about a tablespoon of the chicken broth. You can add another tablespoon or if you desire. I'm also going to add some soy sauce to this, and I'm also going to add some hot oil to this as well. So here we have our chicken. What we're going to do now is pat it dry with some paper towels, and then I'm going to brush it with some sesame oil, and then I'm going to cut it up, and our chicken will be all completed. Hi guys, don't forget to click the subscribe button as well as the bell notification, and don't forget to give the video the thumbs up.